Hey friends, how is everybody doing on Friday Eve? Can you believe it? One more day till the weekend. Woo! So, how has everybody been doing this week? It's been a stressful week. I just have to say that much. I don't know if any of you are dog people or pet people, but I don't have kids. I have 2 dogs, and when they get sick, it stresses me out. So I had one of them, Ellie Mae. She's a coonhound mix, and she's 14, and she was not feeling good. So I took her to the vet, and she seems to be okay. She's 14. She pulled a muscle in her chest or something, so she can't bark. And she barks all the time, so it's really hard for her not to bark. But when she barks, it hurts. And she was limping, but she's not limping anymore. So I'm hoping I'll get to see or hear her beautiful voice soon, but it completely stresses me out. So the one thing that I do that is therapeutic for me is crafting. So I wanted to do a Halloween craft on here with you guys. I don't really decorate much for Halloween because we live on the mountain and we don't really have many trick-or-treaters. We don't have any. We never have. But my niece, Nevaeh, loves Halloween. The girl is crazy about Halloween. So I'm going to give her this project once it's finished, and hopefully soon she'll be able to make one with us live. That would be fun. But anyway, we're going to have a big birthday party for her and my brother and my nephew. Yes, Darius, sorry. We're going to have a party combined for all of them, and it's got to be Halloween themed. So this will be part of their decoration. So anyway, let me just get started, and we'll go from there. But first, the banner I was going to make did not work out. I think that what I did was when I put the stencil on the duck canvas, I stretched the stencil because I was pushing too hard, and so it bled. And let me just show you. I can probably still use it, but I just wasn't really loving it because some of the places didn't get very good and some did. So, it's trial and error. So I was going to cut these into pumpkins shapes and acorn shapes, and I still might do it because I don't want to waste it. But I'm pretty sure I stretched my stencil. So if you use these stencils, don't push hard like I did and mess your stencil up. But that's okay. It's a learning process. So anyway, today we're going to be making a little sign from the Dollar Tree. We're going to redo the sign. So this is what it looks like at the Dollar Tree. And this is what I did to it. And it looks like a hot mess, but I sanded it because I wanted it to have kind of like a rustic look, or not clean black. I wanted it to look like this, in other words. So what I'm going to do is we're just going to redo the whole thing. So I'm going to cut off these little tie-up things. And what we're going to do is I'm going to stencil leopard on the sign. Yes, leopard. So I also had these little pumpkins that came from the Dollar Tree. They come 3 to a pack. So I took them and I painted 2 of them purple and 1 of them black, and they're still drying. But this is the purple one, and this is the black one. And I'm going to use that as a decoration on here if they dry in time. If not, I'll post a picture. But yeah, I reuse everything around the house. Egg crates, everything for paint. Reuse what you got. It's awesome. So that's that. And then I have tons of ribbon and some other little embellishments that we will decorate once we get this baby painted. So I'm going to start using the purple Magnolia Design chalk paste. If it doesn't show up good, then I'll paint the other one with orange. So I have another sign that I did not sand. So if the purple doesn't show up, we'll just do another one. But I'm thinking the purple will be fine, because I can't reuse the stencil until I wash it out if I change colors. That's the only thing. But we could do plaid on one. We'll just see how the purple turns out first. So I love the cheetah prints. And I received 2, I had ordered some test shirts to start doing my own shirts. I received 2 today, and I'm in love with them. The t-shirt that is Bella Canvas, so soft. And then I ordered a sweatshirt that is, I believe it was a Hanes Eco something or another. It's really super soft. So I was very pleased with those two samples. So as soon as I get a design on them, I'll start posting, and they will be for sale. So once I get, I'm super excited. I've been working on a fall design for one of them that I think you're gonna like, especially if you like acorns. So what I'm gonna do is, we need to fuzz this. We need to fuzz it because unless you're using it on fabric, it's really, really sticky, and you don't want it to stick to the wood or whatever that is too much. So you got to fuzz it. So basically all you're doing is putting it down on a, like you can use a towel. This is just a drying mat. You don't want something with a lot of lint, and this is perfect for it. And this is a stencil by Magnolia Design Co. And I will put the link in the comments for that and the paint that I'm using. And I don't know if Dollar Tree still has those little signs or not, but they may. I haven't been in Dollar Tree in a while. I get in trouble when I go to Dollar Tree. So I finally have a craft area that is workable. So I have lots of room, and I'm so excited. So that's why I've been trying to do more lives with you guys. All right, so I think I'm going to stencil the whole. I hope you guys can see. And always when you use the stencils, right on the back of the backing sheet what it is, or the back, because you want to put it back on there the correct way or it'll ruin the stencil. I have my tray of water that I'll throw my stencil in when I get done, just so it can be soaking and won't dry on the stencil. And note to self, you don't need to push hard when you're using the stencils. I found that out the hard way. But I love these stencils, and I'm so excited to be able to make my own too. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. Okay, let's get this over here. So I just put the stencil down on this part of and then I'll move it down here once I get this part done. And you can reuse the stencil if it's the same color. I can just pull it up and move it down here, and it should be perfectly fine. And I'm just using this, this is my cutting mat, but I just flipped it over. So if I get paint on it, it doesn't matter. And the stencil won't like stick really bad to it. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my water. And for the chalk paste, if your chalk paste dries up, you can spray a little bit of distilled water in it, and it'll come right back to the consistency it should be. But always use distilled water, because regular tap water is not good for the paint. So this looks fine. So I'm just going to stir it up. This is what it looks like. I love this purple. And I think the purple is going to show up on this black, especially since I sanded some of it. It looks like a hot mess, kind of like me, hot mess today. But anyway, it's just been one of those weeks, you know. I'll be glad when it's over with. When an animal is sick, they're just so pitiful because they can't tell you what's hurting. And for poor Ellie Mae not to bark, I mean, if y'all know Ellie Mae, that dog barks all the time. She's a hound dog, and for her not to be able to bark, it's pitiful. I hate it for her. She's such a sweetheart. All right, so I'm just going to put a little bit on my little squeegee, and that I will apply it with that. I hope you guys can see good. All right, so I'm just going to start going over it, not hard. And this chalk paste and these stencils are so easy to work with. And you don't need to keep going over it, even though you might think you need to. Resist it, because if you do, it will cause it to bleed, because you can push it under the stencil, and you really don't want to do that. So I'm just basically going over the stencil. And it really doesn't take that much. I mean, look at the little amount of it. And I tell you, you guys, I'm a worrier. I worry constantly about everything, especially when one of my dogs are sick. And I just have to stop and pray, because that's the only thing that helps me deal with my worrying is praying, because God's always got it. God definitely has it. You don't have to worry. He's going to have my back no matter what. Whatever the outcome is, He's going to get me through it. I don't need to worry. So I just pray about it. And my bracelets say pray, wait, and trust. And buddy, that's what I did this week, if y'all can see them. These are my plunder bracelets. And if you love jewelry, I am a plunder stylist, so head on over to my Jill's Jewels group and check it out. I'm going to be going live over there next to show some jewelry from the fall collection. Really pretty stuff. And I'm just getting some excess off of there. And then we're going to continue on down. But yep, praying is what you got to do when you're worried. Because God's got it. We don't have to worry. And sometimes that's hard for me to let go, but you have to do it. You got to have faith. Believe me, He's got me through a lot of stuff. And it's like my dad always said. You know, my dad he got sick right before he passed, and he told me he was in the hospital bed. I mean, and he was really sick, and he would say it could always be worse. I mean, I was like, wow, I guess it could. So I'm very blessed and thankful to have had him for such a wonderful father. I miss him like crazy though, but he's in a better place. That is for sure. All right, so I'm basically just going over the stencil with the paint, and I'm doing it lightly because I don't want to screw it up like I did the other one. And I'm just getting the excess off and using it down here. I can't believe that tomorrow is October 1st. It's crazy, y'all. I mean, Christmas is going to be here before you know it. It is. Tomorrow is a brand new month. I love starting a new month. I think it's just like I don't know, something refreshing. And fall, the leaves are starting to change up here, so it's really pretty up here right now. It's been kind of hot, but it was cooler today than it has been in a while. Okay, so if you guys are on live with me, comment so I know you're on. If you're catching this on a replay, just do hashtag replay for me so it bumps my video up and keeps it where everybody can see it. Okay, so here's what I have. I'm going to take the stencil up, and then I'm going to move it down here. And you always want to start from the top of the stencil and go down. And you want to be sure not to stretch your stencil. Oh yeah. Ah, oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just going to put it back down on the bottom part, and then I'll pick it up and show you what it looks like as soon as I get this down here. I'm trying not to get the stencil where I just painted. There we go. This is going to be super cool. All right, so I'm just going to kind of push it down with my squeegee since I don't want to touch it. All right, so here's what we have so far. This is super cute. Look at that leopard, you guys. Love it. And it's purple, and if you know me, you know that I love purple. And I use the squeegee. All right, so let's get this going. It's going to be a little bit more challenging down here because I don't know where I've got the paint because it's purple already. But I think I can see pretty good where I'm at. And I'm telling you, you don't use hardly any paint when you're using these stencils. It's such a game changer. I know I say this all the time, but it is a game changer for my crafting, finding these stencils. I don't know how I made it this long without them. I mean, they're amazing. And now that I can make them my own, oh my goodness. And I'll have to show you one of the wood rounds that I started. I haven't finished it yet. It turned out so cute, and I've got to do the bow and the decorations at the top, and hopefully, and then I've got to seal it. I haven't sealed it yet because I just wanted to let the paint dry where I did the stenciling. But it's a fall round, and I'm hoping that everything's getting canceled, and I'm really hoping that the Boone's Mill Apple Festival doesn't get canceled. But it might, because they're canceling everything again. All right, so this is a quick craft because once we get done, then all we have to do is the bow and the top of the little decorations, and then we're done. These little crafts don't take long at all. So you can just basically get the excess paint off and put it right back in your little can or jar. I mean, this paint will last forever. Okay, now it's possible that I missed some areas because it's hard to see the where I've already painted on that stencil, but it's all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna squirt a little bit of distilled water in here to just keep it from drying out, because it's chalk paste, so it wants to go back to chalk form. All right, so let's pull this up, and then I'm gonna put it right there in the water. It looks like it bled through a little bit in places, so, but that's okay. Let me get my stencil in this bucket so it can soak off all that paint. All right, well, it's not perfect, but that's okay. We'll decorate it up, and we'll go from there. So there's the purple board. Cool, cool. All right, so we're gonna set this aside and let it dry. See, it bled through in these places right here, so, but that's okay. And that's probably me pushing too hard. And it may have been where the stencil wasn't pushed down good enough. I'm not sure, but anyway. So, what we have are some ribbons. I love this one. That is one of my favorites. And we have some more witch feet. And then we just have some purple glitter. And this one is just, it has skulls on it. So, let me move this. Wayne fixed me up a bow maker because he is good at that stuff. So I had a Bodabra, and it was a challenge for me to use it because I was I couldn't measure anything very good with it, and it wasn't it's just really light. So he screwed it on this board right here, and I put a measuring tape right here so I could measure my ribbon. So that's what we're going to use for the bow, and it's an easy bow that I'm going to do. And then we'll use some embellishments, and we'll stick it on the top of the sign, and we'll be done. So this is the bow wire that comes with the Bodabra. It's just what I use. It's easy for me to use. I'm not, I can make a bow by hand, but it's so much easier using the Bodabra. It's like a game changer. And I even have like a little, what are those things called? The little hooks. Anyway, you know what I mean. That have the glue and you can just peel it off and you never know it was there. Anyway, I have one of those under here so I can hook this to it. This over here so y'all can see it better. So basically I doubled the wire and I'm gonna put it in that end, in the crack, and then on this end, which is not long enough, I don't think. That's okay. And so I'm basically, all I'm gonna do is just start using all these ribbons, mixing them up. And we don't need it to be real big because the sign's not that big. So yeah, about like that. So what I'm gonna do is I cut a piece about this long. It is 20 inches. I don't know how I did that. And I'm just gonna fold it over. This is like easy kind of bow. So I'm just gonna fold it over like that. And then I'm gonna mash it down. Just make it flat like that. And then I'm going to fold it up to make it, get the center part so that the loops are even. And then I'm gonna put it in the Bodabra. Okay, so I know where the center part is, so I'm just gonna stick it in here like this. Well, it just came out. Make sure I get the overlapped ends in there really good. Just like that. And this thing just mashes it down. And then I'm going to do a different one. And I just keep going through the ribbons till I think I have enough. It doesn't have to be exact. We can make it work. It's not going to be perfect, but it is going to be cute. These Halloween ribbons are so cute. And these are ribbon that I've had forever. Probably came from AC Moore, and I'm so sad that they are no longer around because they had the best ribbon ever. So the next one's just going to go down, and the petals. Nope, that one's a little bit longer, so we're going to fix that. Fold it up and get the center. And then yesterday I had a nail in my tire, which that kind of sucked. But Wayne took it and got that fixed for me. He's so nice. Look at this ribbon, you guys. And I'm feel sure this came from, well, this might have come from Dollar General last year or the year before. I have so much ribbon. I have a shoe rack that I made, put together, and that's what I use to hold a lot of my ribbon. Because Sam's Club, they have their Christmas ribbon. Oh my God, it's amazing. So I stocked up when they had their ribbon. And they have good, their quality ribbon is amazing, and it's cheap. Y'all wouldn't believe. I probably have, if y'all know me, I probably have as much ribbon as I do shoes. Just saying. I got a shoe problem for sure. And if y'all know me, you know that's true. I got a lot of shoes. I don't know, I probably do have more shoes than ribbon. It's a toss-up. But I'm really loving all the fall decorations and the fall crafts, so I'm gonna be doing lots more crafts with you guys. I absolutely love this. This is like my time that I don't have to worry about the crazy stuff in the world. I just get to spend it with you guys and show you a craft, and hopefully that you can learn something, and maybe I'll inspire you to make crafts or start your own group. Like I was inspired by Heidi Scott. She's like amazing. That woman is amazing. She makes some of the cutest things, and I've gotten a lot of ideas from her. She just has some really cute cute ideas. And she's my inspiration. She does, she does this thing called Christ in Crafting, when she does a craft, and then she'll do, she'll read some Bible verses or something in the Bible and talk about it. And I might do something like that because it's really fun. Like I said, she's very inspiring. And I tell you what, God's got me through a lot. He's always there. You never have to worry. All right, so I think we're going to stop with that. All right, so now I'm just going to pull this up. This is the looped end of the wire, and this is the other end. I'm just going to take this and go through the loop and pull it tight. As tight as I can get it, and then I'm going to tie this in a knot. And I'm going to tie it again, and then I'm going to take it out and tie it around the other side because that's the top. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Actually, I might make that one the top one. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is cut this off, and I know it's a lot, but I reuse it. It's a lot of waste, but it's how I do my bows. All right, so move this out of the way. All this ribbon. Glitter, glitter everywhere. So I hope that you guys like these crafting, these little craft lives that I do. I would love to hear your opinion. If you like them, if you don't, would you like to see something, a certain craft? I'd be more than happy to take suggestions, or if there's something you want to make. Now, Magnolia, I know I said this on, I think it was Sunday, they have the new craft box, the monthly craft box, and I ordered mine, and I will be doing a live when I get it to show you. But if you're interested in that, you should check it out. I will put the link to Magnolia below in the comments so you can check it out. But it's only $19.99, and it's plus shipping. I think the shipping is $5. And it comes with everything you need for the craft and a stencil. So the stencil itself is worth it. Okay. So this is probably not all the way dry, but it's okay. We're going to go with it anyways. It's pretty dry. All right, so I thought I would use some of these because they're kind of wild looking. And we will. Let me get my tool. All right, so for the bow, I'm just going to fluff it out, and then I'm going to use this at the top with those little, these things. And the pumpkin, I want to put one of the pumpkins right in the center of the bow. And then we'll be done. It's a quick craft. And y'all need to head over to Jill's Jewels because I have some really cool jewelry to show you. Plunder has really pretty jewelry. And it's very affordable. And the quality is really good. Okay, so here's the bow. All right, so I'm going to put the bow kind of catty corner, I think. Like that. And then I'm going to put some of these coming out of there. More glitter. Oh my, there's glitter everywhere now. All right, so let me glue the bow down because that's where I want it to go. So I'm just going to put some glue on the back of the bow and then stick it right down on there. And I'm going to hold it for a minute and let that dry. This is going to be so cute. And then I'll probably use some black black ribbon to to use as the hanger for the sign. All right, so now I'm just going to take these, let's see, and glue those. Oh yeah, this is going to be fun, fun, fun. Okay, so I think I need to cut these some more. They're too long. I'll hold that for a minute. Hope y'all can see this good. This is cute, cute, cute. I think Nevaeh will approve. I missed a spot right there too, but that's okay. It's all good. Crafts are not meant to be perfect. Okay. And I may not need all those pumpkins I painted. And I just use like acrylic paint for the pumpkins. You don't want to use acrylic paint on the stencils because it'll mess the stencils up. So just remember, don't use acrylic paint on stencils. It's not going to turn out very good. All right, so we've got the little things coming out of there. And let's see, all these pumpkins look black, but this one looks, oh, that's not dry. They're not dry on the bottom. So I'm not going to glue the pumpkin down until it dries, but what I'm going to do is I will glue the pumpkin right there in the center, or right, and one maybe right at the top. And so that's our little hanger for Halloween that Nevaeh is going to get this. And so anyway, I hope you guys like this craft. It's fun and easy, and you could do this with a little one. It's just fun to do. I know I've got to get Nevaeh on one of these lives, or my niece Leah. She lives in North Carolina. I'd love to have her on one too. And then let me show you the fall sign that I did that I'm super excited about. Let me get your thoughts on that. So there's so many processes to these wood rounds. So you have to, when I get these, I have to sand them. So I sand them all down, and then I stain them, and then I seal it, and then I paint it, and then I seal it. And when you have to let it dry 24 hours with each coat. So it takes a while to make one. So this one's not finished yet, but what do y'all think about this so far? I'm loving it. Grateful, thankful, and blessed, and we are that for sure. So I've got to seal it, and then I've got to do the bow and the other things at the top. So I was really pleased with how it turned out. So anyway, that is all I have. I hope you guys will hop on over to Jill's Jewels. If you're not in that group, join that group, because that's where I'm going to show you all the fun jewelry. And if you want to get your nails done and you don't know anything about Color Street, I'm a Color Street independent stylist as well. And I have some amazing samples I can send you. If you've never used Color Street before, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to send you a sample. So, and join that group. That's Jill's Jazzy Nail Boutique. So yeah, check that out. I have not done my nails. I just took them off yesterday. I've got to figure out what color, because my nephew's getting married on Saturday. So I've got to, I think I know what I'm wearing. I just have to make my nails match. So anyway, thank you guys for joining me for this live. I hope you liked it. If you are catching this on the replay, please hashtag replay. If you're catching this on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel. It will help my It'll help me grow out into the YouTube world and Instagram and all that. I'm trying to grow my audience. So subscribe to my channel if you like the video. I would love it if you'd like and share it and all that. If you have friends that like to craft, invite them to the group. I'd love to have you. So thank you guys so much for being in the group. I hope you like this craft, and I will be talking to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your week and take care.